Hello, everybody. So today we're going to talk about tables. And I bet you've done some work with tables before, maybe input output tables or something. So before we start, I just want to go over something really simple with you. And that is that usually, not always, it's one of those math rules that's about 90% of the time. But usually, when you're looking at a table, on the left side, you're going to have your input, and on the right side, you're going to have your output. On the left side, you'll have your X, and on the right side, you'll have your Y. And one kind of easy way to think about that is the Y is like the answer. It's like the result of whatever we're doing in the table. Okay. So, and again, normally those are X and Y, and that has to do with graphing, and we'll talk about that later. But okay, so let's look at this first table. And the first two values are 6 for X and Y for 12. I'm going to give you a second to think about what might be the rule. What might I have done to that 6 to turn it into a 12? What might I have done? So I'm thinking that you're thinking, right? And so there's a couple of different options here. One of them is that I could have just added 6 because 6 plus 6 would be 12. Okay? So let's try and see if that works with the next one. How about 4 plus 6? Because remember, the rule has to work all the way through the table. A table's not going to have different rules. Whatever I do to the X to turn it into the Y has to work all the way down. So does this work? 4 plus 6 is 8. No, it does not. So that means that plus 6 is not our rule because it doesn't work for everything. Okay. All right, so let's try again. What else could it be? Well, I know that 2 times 6 is 12. So I could say, like multiply by 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. So that works. Let's see if it works for this one. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Hey, it works. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing here. 2 times 2 is 4. Now remember, I have to have the same rule all the way down. So the question is now, how do I show multiplying by x? How do I show 2 times x in algebra? Well, I write it like this, 2x, which also happens to be the expression for the whole table. So what this is saying is in this table, we take each x and we multiply it by 2 in order to get the y. Okay, that's what this means. All right, let's look at the next one. So let's see, I've gotten from 8 to 13. Can you think of a way that we could get from 8 to 13? What did I do to that x to get it to be the y? Well, it looks like I added 5. Let's see if that works. So plus 5. That's an option, isn't it? Okay, so let's look at this next one. 12. If I'm saying that the rule is plus 5, will I get 17? Well, yes, I will. Okay, now the next one is backwards, isn't it? So they're giving you the y, and they want you to find the x. So we know the rule is plus 5, so then our question is something plus 5 is 20. Something plus 5 is 20. Now I'm going to give you a little tip here. Whenever you're trying to find the x and you have the y, if you do the opposite of what the rule is, do the opposite of the rule, you'll find your answer. So let me explain what I mean. Opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So if I say 20 minus 5, I get 15. We went backwards, didn't we? So let's see if 15 works. 15 plus 5 equals 20. It sure does. All right, last one. X plus 5. How would we represent that? Well, it's kind of already done for us, isn't it? X plus 5. And that, again, my friends, is the expression x plus 5. Okay? Now, the assignments that you have to do don't have this middle column. This won't be here. I put this here just as a learning tool for you to kind of recognize that the rules are the same all the way down. That if the rule for these two is plus 5, that means the rule for these two is also plus 5, and these two, and this one, right? The rule has to apply all the way down. So I just put that in to illustrate that point, but you won't normally have that middle column. Okay? All right, guys. I know that you can do this, and hold on. And I am available by email, and Mrs. Short is probably right in front of you this very minute. And so we're all here to help you. And I think you got this. Have a great day.